welcome to my channel. Today is the second episode of a hot pot series, and it's the first time we're gonna make the hot pot broth together. I'm super excited to share this tasty Japanese miso hot pot with you. Check it out. Hi new friends, this is Erica right here. I'm a Taiwanese citizen that is currently living in America. Cooking and traveling is my passion, so I'm here to share with you my favorite Asian recipes. Besides that, all my videos cover a little food knowledge or the history background of the dish. On top of that, I also have a Chinese lesson at the end of the video to tell you how to pronounce this dish in Chinese Mandarin. So if that interests you, please subscribe and keep watching. Today we're making the Japanese miso hot pot broth. Online there's a lot of different recipes that you can find, but today what I'm sharing with you is my personal favorite. I cook this recipe all the time here in America to have a hot pot with my boyfriend, and it's not just super tasty, but it's really cute to serve as well. You'll see later. But first, I'm gonna stop talking and let's look at our ingredients today. The actual broth is very simple to make. All the ingredients details are in the descriptions box down below. If you have any question, you can also leave a comment down below for me as well. First, we need to chop the produce into bite size you prefer. I like to chop my onions into 1-inch strips and cabbage stem into 2-inch pieces. Here we don't use this cabbage leaves because it's gonna disappear in the pot if I cook it for too long, so we only using the stem. I like to slice this radish a little thinner so it's easier to bite later, and chop corn into 4 to 5 pieces or whatever you like really. These ingredients are not just for soup but also edible later. The reason why we put them in first is because these ingredients can increase the natural sweetness into the soup, and also corn takes too long to cook anyway, so it's good to drop that in right away. Now we're going to make the tomato ball. Chop off the top part of the tomato and scoop out the seeds. Keep the residue for later use. Now let's get a bowl and mix in the miso, egg yolk, and mirin. Use a spoon to mix them properly. And now, heat up your hot pot at medium heat and add in some sesame oil. When the oil is 60% hot, add in the minced garlic and stir for around 10 seconds until you can smell the garlic. And now, add in the miso mix. You can see that the miso mix was originally more of a paste, and because we add in the mirin, it turns a little bit more watery. And now we're stir frying it so the egg yolks start to work, and it will turn the miso back into more pasty look. When it gets back to its solid form, scoop out half of the paste and fill it inside the tomato ball. And now, add in the water and melt the miso that's in the pot. When all the miso paste is gone, it's time to add in the bonito flakes, remaining tomatoes, radish, onions, cabbage, and corn. I like to put on a lid so it can heat up faster and let it cook for around 20 minutes.
It depends on if you want to use your original cooking pot for your hot pot, or if you're like me, wanted to do a 2 different flavor hot pot, I will transfer my miso broth into my split hot pot. When everything is ready, I'll put my hot pot into the serving table and pop my tomato bowl into my hot pot.
You must be wondering, what is this tomato miso bowl for? Well, here's the answer. While we're eating hot pot, the heating process will make the broth evaporate, and we'll be adding new hot water during the meal. Making extra miso sauce is to make sure that when the flavor got watered down a little, you can just scoop up some soup and pour it on top of the tomato bowl and melt down some flavor. The skin of the tomato is just like a wall to protect the sauce from the pot. Obviously, if you don't want to do this, you can also just put them into a small container and add in what you need. The miso pot is very tasty, but with mild broth taste. I like to make this when I have a split hot pot with one side spicy. Miso broth is great to cook vegetables and tofu in it, and at the end of the meal, I love to drink some miso soup to end my meal. The hot pot miso soup will taste even better than a normal miso soup because you cooked so many ingredients in it earlier, and the mixture's flavor makes the soup taste richer. Now while we're enjoying our hot pot, let's learn some Chinese. The word of the day today is Japanese miso hot pot, 日式味增火锅. The first and the last 2 characters we learned in a previous video. I'll link it above here, so if you want, you can go check it out. But a new word today is the middle 2 character, which is the miso. 味增. 味增 is a 4 tone and the first tone. 味增, which means miso. Last week we learned about how to say hot pot in Chinese, and we also learned how to say the simplified hot pot in Chinese. So can you guess how do we simplify the 日式味增火锅 to a simpler way to say it, which is 5 character. I challenge you to leave a comment down below as a practice. Let's combine all the words and try it together again. 日式味增火锅. 日式味增火锅. Thank you for cooking with me today. Let me know if you like the recipe by giving this video a thumbs up. It's only gonna take you a second, but it doesn't mean a lot for me. I upload a video like this every Thursday, so don't forget to hit that bell so you never miss out. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!